The series opens with a loud, energetic performance on stage, where the girl group Dream Suite is dancing in front of a cheering crowd. But then, out of nowhere, one of the members, a beautiful young woman, suddenly throws herself down and disappears into the water. The scene then shifts completely. It is a bright, sunny day, and two young men are driving a small box truck while listening to a Dream Suite album. They are Kook Soo-jin and Lee Won-jun. That day, they are heading to Seoul, where Won-jun is studying. He is a second-year civil engineering student, and because the long commute has been draining both his energy and his money, he has decided to move into an apartment for the new semester. Before they part ways, Soo-jin jokingly tells him that if he somehow runs into Donna, one of Dream Suite's members, he should pass along his greetings. Of course, for ordinary guys like them, that sounds completely impossible. Back to Won-jun, his life is pretty much what you would expect from a college student. Most of his days are spent studying, and he even uses his time on the bus to keep reviewing his lessons. When he arrives at the apartment, he briefly notices a beautiful woman standing outside and smoking. He tries greeting her, but she simply turns her face away and keeps smoking. Still trying to be a polite neighbor, Won-jun makes another attempt at small talk, only to be ignored again. Once inside, he meets two of the other residents, Yeon Taek, who is loud and outgoing, and Jong-hoon, who is much quieter. Since he has just moved in, Won-jun eagerly starts organizing his new room. But the noise ends up disturbing the same woman he saw smoking earlier. And as it turns out, that woman is Donna. In that moment, his ordinary life quietly begins to change. This is Donna. Meanwhile, to survive in the city, Won-jun starts offering private Korean tutoring lessons to earn some extra money. He enthusiastically puts up flyers on bulletin boards, but unfortunately, other people's flyers seem to attract a lot more attention than his. When he returns to the apartment, he once again runs into Donna smoking outside. This time, Donna immediately calls her manager because she starts to suspect that Won-jun might actually be stalking her. As for Won-jun, because he still does not have curtains, he covers his window with old newspaper instead. Not long after that, Soo-jin calls him with what sounds like a great opportunity, a private math tutoring job that pays $80,000 a month. For Won-jun, that is a pretty decent offer. At the same time, Soo-jin, who is a huge Donna fan, asks him to return his white jacket. It turns out that jacket is a limited edition item for Donna's hardcore fans. The next day, Won-jun heads out to the place where he is supposed to teach. On the way, he casually sings a song by Twice. Donna overhears him and thinks he is making fun of her, so she confronts him. That leads to an argument, with Won-jun insisting that he is not a stalker at all, just an ordinary college student. Donna, still irritated, can only hold back her anger and continue smoking. As he is about to head home from the place where he might start tutoring, Won-jun unexpectedly runs into someone from his past. It is Jin-ju, the girl he once had feelings for. With her short hair and familiar presence, the moment feels both nostalgic and awkward. They end up talking over drinks, catching up in a slightly stiff way, asking about each other's lives. It turns out Jin-ju is now studying at the same university as him. After a long conversation, snow begins to fall. Even after all this time, Won-jun still shows his caring side by giving her his scarf. That night, they part ways at the bus stop. When Won-jun finally arrives back at his apartment, he finds Donna outside, standing in the snow and quietly crying. Before he can fully process what is happening, she suddenly collapses.
빨리 좀 와주세요. 네.
Without hesitation, he rushes her to the hospital. When Donna regains consciousness, she refuses to contact her family, even though she is clearly unwell. With no other option, Won-jun ends up acting as her guardian at the hospital. As the nurse explains her condition, Won-jun listens carefully, visibly worried. Later, he even brings her a pair of socks. Donna, who is used to being treated like a celebrity, casually asks him to put the socks on for her. But in that moment, something shifts. She begins to realize that Won-jun is genuinely kind, not a stalker like she first assumed. That is when they finally introduce themselves properly. The next morning, Won-jun receives bad news. Soo-jin calls to tell him that the tutoring job has been canceled. They think he is a smoker, all because his scarf smells like cigarette smoke after being around Donna. Just like that, the opportunity and the money are gone. He can only accept it and move on. Later, when he goes to pick up a package containing his curtains, he runs into Donna again. This time, she looks much healthier. She invites him to have breakfast together, but still feeling annoyed, Wonjun turns her down. Strangely enough, from that point on, Donna starts appearing everywhere in his daily life. She shows up outside his window, whether he is leaving or coming back from campus, even when he is hanging laundry. She casually watches him while smoking, commenting that for an engineering student, he actually looks more put together than most. Eventually, she invites him to eat with her again. In his usual honest and innocent way, Wonjun even asks if she might have a crush on him. Donna bursts into laughter at his cluelessness, then admits that she is simply looking for a friend. As the morning sun rises, she takes a quiet moment to pray. In that simple, peaceful scene, Wonjun finds himself completely captivated by her. Later, while having breakfast at the campus cafeteria, Wonjun runs into Jinju again. She returns his scarf, still smelling faintly of smoke. But as she tries to take it off, it gets caught on her earring. Wonjun quickly helps her untangle it, and once again, the two of them are left in an awkward silence. Wonjun's days are now filled with handing out tutoring flyers and constantly searching for job opportunities. One day, his phone suddenly rings, and he quickly answers it with hope. But once again, it turns out to be Donna, who got his number from one of his flyers. Already feeling stressed because of his financial struggles, Wonjun finally snaps. He vents his frustration and asks Donna to stop following him around. But being the kind person he is, he soon regrets it. The next day, he tries to apologize by inviting her to eat together, but Donna responds coldly. Later, while he is in class, Donna suddenly shows up wearing a hat and casually sits next to him. The entire class is instantly stirred by her presence, though luckily no one realizes that she is actually a famous idol. From that moment on, they slowly become friends and exchange phone numbers. It feels almost unreal. A popular celebrity like Donna is now casually spending time with someone like Wonjun, a simple and ordinary guy. One morning, Donna is seen relaxing while wearing the socks Wonjun gave her. Meanwhile, Wonjun is having breakfast with his apartment mates. Jonghoon is focused on health and has no interest in romance at all, while Yoon-taek is constantly chasing love, but never seems to last more than 100 days in any relationship. In her own room, Donna quietly puts away her cigarettes before heading out to go shopping. On the way, she spots Wonjun leaving for his part-time job, but before she can greet him, his bus quickly drives off. At work, it feels like fate again, because Wonjun ends up working at the same place as Jinju. The two of them seem more energized as they work side by side.
아 잠깐.
The story briefly flashes back to their high school days when Jinju first approached Wonjun to help her with math. That was how they first became close. Elsewhere, Donna is spending time alone, snacking and watching TV. She ignores a call from her mother, clearly distancing herself from that part of her life. Feeling bored, she steps outside to smoke and unexpectedly runs into Wonjun, who is feeding a stray cat. In a casual tone, she opens up about how upset she feels when her calls go unanswered, saying it makes her feel like she has been pushed away. It brings back memories of the overwhelming pressure she faced in the entertainment world. Carrying that sadness, Donna looks for Wonjun and suggests they drink soju together. But that day, Wonjun is busy attending a student gathering just because there is free food. While he is on the phone with her, he is also being bothered by a classmate. Not long after, Donna shows up and immediately hits the guy who is bothering him. To avoid making things worse, Wonjun quickly steps in and protects his friend, which somehow settles the situation. Even so, he ends up scolding Donna for her impulsive behavior. Since her original intention was to drink together, they continue with that plan. But along the way, they unexpectedly run into Jinju. At first, Donna is hesitant to let her join, but Jinju insists. And eventually the three of them end up drinking together at Donna's apartment. That night, Donna and Jinju end up drinking together, and both of them get completely drunk. It gets so late that Jinju decides to stay over at Donna's apartment. Meanwhile, Wonjun, being his usual responsible self, stays sober and takes care of them. Jinju eventually falls asleep, while Donna heads up to the loft to smoke. But she realizes she has run out of cigarettes, so instead, she ends up talking quietly with Wonjun. Still a little drunk, Donna opens up about something deeper. She admits that she feels jealous of Wonjun and Jinju, not because of romance, but because she has not had close friendships like that in a long time. After saying that, she tries to go back down the stairs, but she loses her balance. Jun quickly moves to catch her, and in that moment, they end up in each other's arms. For a brief second, Donna leans her face closer to his. Jun, completely flustered, instinctively closes his eyes. But it turns out Donna is only teasing him. Even so, his heart is already racing out of control. The next morning, Jun cannot focus on anything. He tries to push those thoughts away, but it is not easy. At campus, he runs into Jinju and they return each other's aprons that got mixed up. During that moment, Jinju casually mentions that she thought she saw him kissing Donna. That instantly makes Jun panic, worried that she might misunderstand. Later, on his way home, he sees Donna sorting through trash, and the two of them get into an argument. Jun points out that she often says things carelessly without thinking about how others might take it. Already struggling emotionally, Donna takes it personally. She gets upset and releases her frustration by angrily throwing things around. The next morning, Jun calls Sujin. He starts to grow curious about Donna's behavior, which seems unstable at times. From what he has heard, Donna stepped away from the entertainment world to focus on her studies. That night, Jun invites Donna to have dinner with his apartment friends. Both Jong-hoon and Yoon-taek are shocked to realize that their neighbor is such a beautiful woman. During the meal, Jun gently asks why Donna left Dream Suite, but she only gives a short answer, saying that she can no longer sing. Later, as they walk around at night, Donna becomes interested in a claw machine. She manages to win a stuffed toy and reacts with pure excitement. It may seem like a small thing, but for her, it is a kind of happiness she has not felt in a long time. That moment reminds her of the day before she left Dream Suite. Back then, she stood on stage while the crowd cheered loudly for her performance. But behind all that, she was dealing with intense pressure, threats, and jealousy from others. On top of that, she constantly faced harsh criticism from the public. Overwhelmed by everything, she suddenly collapsed on stage, leaving everyone around her in shock and concern. We return to Donna and Jun as they stop by a park. It turns out that day is Donna's birthday. At the same time, she becomes curious about why Jun's feelings for Jinju never worked out. Playfully, she gives him a tip on how to make Jinju's heart race, suggesting he should pin her to a wall and hold eye contact for 5 seconds. But instead of just explaining it, Donna asks Jun to try it on her first. And just like that, the 5-second stare actually happens.
생일 축하해요.
The moment feels unexpectedly intense, leaving both of them flustered, even though they try to act like nothing happened. When Donna returns to her apartment, she notices a gift box sitting on the table. The sight of it immediately makes her panic. She rushes outside looking confused and unsettled. Meanwhile, that same night, Jun calls Jinju to clear things up, explaining that his relationship with Donna is nothing more than friendship. Jinju honestly admits that hearing that makes her feel relieved. The next morning, Jun opens up to Donna about it. Donna suggests that Jinju might actually have feelings for him, but because Jun is so innocent, he still seems unsure. While flipping through a book, he comes across an old photo from their high school days. In that picture, Jinju had written the words, soulmate. It becomes clear that back then, Jun simply missed his chance to confess. They ended up stuck as just friends. Back to Donna, inside her room, her mood shifts again. She suddenly becomes paranoid, quickly shutting all the doors and windows. The gift she saw earlier containing a necklace continues to haunt her. In fear, she blocks the door with a chair and even turns off the lights. Meanwhile, Jun and Jinju continue working together. Gathering all his courage, Jun finally asks her out on a date to the Cherry Blossom Park, and she happily agrees. After work, Jun returns to the apartment and is surprised to find Donna's room completely dark. He starts searching for her and soon realizes she is locked inside the bathroom. Without hesitation, he breaks the door open. The moment she is free, Donna immediately hugs him tightly. Caught off guard, Jun slowly hugs her back. After that, he quietly fixes the broken door. Donna watches him with an empty gaze and casually comments that he looks attractive while fixing things. She also shares that she has never really had a father figure in her life. Wanting to help her release everything she has been holding in, Jun takes her to an arcade punching machine. He hopes she can let out her sadness and anger there.
잘하네. 오, 나이스.
After that, they spend the night playing basketball together. Their bond at that moment feels more like close friends than anything else. Later, they lie down under a cloudy sky. Wonjun casually shares that he successfully asked Jinju out to the cherry blossom park. Donna, excited for him, quickly sits up and leans closer, wanting to hear more. But the distance between their faces suddenly feels too close, making Wonjun instinctively pull away to avoid feeling awkward. The next day arrives with clear skies. Wonjun and Jinju finally go on their long-awaited date to the cherry blossom park. But during their time together, Wonjun, without thinking, starts talking about Donna. Naturally, this leaves Jinju feeling slightly jealous. Suddenly, heavy rain starts pouring, and Wonjun and Jinju run toward a bus stop for shelter. While they are waiting there, one of Jinju's friends, Sehun, happens to pass by in his car and offers them a ride. It is clear that Sehun gives Jinju a bit more attention than usual, and Wonjun can only watch quietly, holding back his jealousy. Not long after, Wonjun's phone rings. It is Yoon Taek inviting them to join him for pizza he just bought on promotion. When Sehun hears this, he mentions that he actually knows Yoon Taek from their hometown. And just like that, they all end up gathering together. During the meal, Yoon Taek playfully teases Sehun and Jinju, saying they would make a great couple. Hearing that only makes Wonjun feel more uncomfortable, so he quietly excuses himself and leaves to buy ice cream. While walking alone, he drifts into memories from high school, remembering how he once wrapped a scarf around Jinju and held her close during a snowy day. As he stands there lost in thought, Donna suddenly appears and joins him to buy ice cream. She quickly senses his jealousy and tries to cheer him up. When they return to the apartment, Donna pauses outside as usual to smoke. Seeing her out in the cold, Wonjun kindly gives her his jacket. But Jinju happens to notice this, and it only deepens her own feelings of jealousy. The next morning, there is a basketball match between the engineering department and the Korean literature department. Both Jinju and Donna come to support, but it is obvious that Jinju feels uneasy watching Donna cheer for Wonjun. After the game, Sehun invites everyone to eat together. Donna quickly signals for Wonjun to decline, knowing that seeing Jinju and Sehun together any longer will only hurt him more. Later, Wonjun opens up to Donna about his past. He admits that he once confessed his feelings to Jinju, but she suddenly became distant afterward. That experience made him believe his love was never returned. From that point on, his relationship with Jinju started to drift apart. Back to Donna, her fear and paranoia still linger whenever she is alone. Even inside her apartment, simple things like seeing someone run can trigger memories of flashing cameras and loud crowds. Feeling unsafe, she invites her friends over for dinner just to avoid being alone. That night, she confesses that she feels like someone has been stalking her. She even shows them a photo of herself taken from outside her window, and soon enough, they spot the man standing there. A chase quickly follows, and the stalker is eventually caught. Overwhelmed with emotion, Donna grabs a glass bottle and nearly attacks him. Deep down, she is terrified, but despite everything, she refuses to report him to the police. At the same time, Wonjun and Jinju are on their way home together. Along the way, Jinju opens up about wanting to live independently and work, even though her father strongly opposes it. Moments later, her phone buzzes with a message from him, filled with anger and accusations, assuming she is only wasting her time on relationships instead of focusing on her future. We shift back to Wonjun. That very night, he takes the initiative to find the identity of the stalker and hands the information over to Donna so she can report him whenever she is ready. At the same time, he does his best to calm her down and ease her fear. Feeling safe for the first time in a while, Donna quietly rests her head on Wonjun's lap. Even though he feels nervous, he lets her stay. When she reaches out to hold his hand while falling asleep, he does not pull away. In the end, they simply stay there together, sharing a quiet and comforting moment. As the days go by, Wonjun continues living his busy life. Besides his internship at a cafe, he also takes on extra work at an amusement park to earn more money. One day, Donna shows up at the park by herself, clearly feeling lonely. Since Wonjun is working, he cannot accompany her, so she waits until his shift ends and they go out to eat together afterward. During that time, Donna opens up about how she is starting to enjoy her simple, ordinary life. In the past, she was terrified of what would happen if she stopped singing and dancing. But now, she realizes that she can actually live like this. Meanwhile, Wonjun admits that all he wants is a normal life too, without having to work so hard just to get by. They crack open fortune cookies, and Wonjun's message says that he will soon meet an enemy. On the way home, he shares more about his life, explaining that his younger sibling is sick and his mother works tirelessly. That is why he pushes himself so hard and refuses to live lazily. On the bus, exhausted from work, Wonjun falls asleep on Donna's shoulder. The next day, Wonjun is walking with Jinju, casually talking about the fortune he received. But their conversation is suddenly interrupted when they come across a woman named Ira, who is in the middle of a heated outburst after catching her boyfriend cheating. Her life as a student seems to be falling apart. She has been betrayed, almost kicked out of her apartment because of her behavior, and is known for drinking heavily. Meanwhile, news about Donna begins to spread. Someone took a photo of her eating with Wonjun, and it quickly goes viral. Fans and haters alike start talking about her again. Worried about how this might affect her, Wonjun immediately goes to check on her. But surprisingly, Donna reacts as if it is nothing. While casually baking and even burning her food, she shows that she is already used to dealing with criticism and hate. For Wonjun, the situation feels serious, and he is ready to stand by her side if she needs to address it publicly. But Donna simply brushes it off with humor. The story then shifts to Jinju's life. Her family is strict and controlling, especially her father, who demands that she delete her social media accounts. As she prepares to do so, she accidentally comes across the viral photo of Wonjun and Donna. The next morning is bright and clear, and Donna cheerfully gets ready, looking her best as she invites Wonjun out on a date. But Wonjun is busy preparing for his exams and barely has time to think about anything else. Just as he is about to choose what to wear, Yoontak suddenly calls, saying there is something urgent. Without thinking much, Wonjun rushes over, leaving Donna behind. But it turns out there is nothing serious at all. Yoontak has actually set up a blind date with 3 girls he met on social media, and one of them happens to be Ira. To make things even more awkward, Wonjun is paired up with her, and it quickly becomes clear that they already know each other. The story briefly goes back to their childhood. Wonjun's mother and Ira's mother were close friends, and both of them even gave birth around the same time. They once dreamed of pairing their children together. Growing up, Ira was a playful and tomboyish girl while Wonjun was shy and timid. But when Ira turned 12, she moved to Brazil. Somehow, she has now returned to Korea. Back in the present, Wonjun pretends not to recognize her, but Ira is not fooled at all. During a game, she is tasked with touching his cheek and kissing him. Wonjun does everything he can to avoid it, and the two end up arguing like children. Meanwhile, Donna is left alone, sitting idly in front of the apartment. Then Yoontaik shows up and casually mentions that Wonjun is out on a date with another woman. Hearing that, Donna cannot hide a hint of jealousy. After the blind date ends, Ira gets heavily drunk. Since Wonjun has known her for so long, he feels responsible and helps take her home. When they arrive at the apartment, Donna is already there, waiting while smoking, so distracted that she does not even notice her hand getting burned by the cigarette. Wonjun quickly treats the burn with ice, but in that moment, Donna starts questioning him, and it is obvious that she is jealous. Without hesitation, she suddenly kisses him. This time, Wonjun does not pull away. That night, Wonjun cannot sleep. His thoughts are a mess, and even during class the next day, he struggles to focus. Eventually, he decides to meet Donna and talk things through. He honestly tells her that the kiss crossed the line of friendship, and he does not want his feelings to be played with. Deep down, he is afraid of falling for someone like Donna, whose life feels completely different from his own. As the days pass, Wonjun tries to return to his routine, but things do not stay calm for long. Ira suddenly shows up again after being kicked out of her apartment. She begs Wonjun to let her stay with him. With her bold and unpredictable personality, she often creates chaotic situations that embarrass him in public. Even so, being the kind person he is, Wonjun reluctantly agrees to take her in. Now the story shifts to Jinju's love life. Recently, Sehun confessed his feelings to her, but she turned him down. The reason is simple: her heart already belongs to someone else, and that person is Wonjun. On the same day, Jinju makes a major decision. She chooses to move out and live independently, cutting herself off from her strict and controlling father. With a heavy heart, she blocks his contact, determined to start her own life. Feeling overwhelmed, she goes to meet Won-jun. In that moment, she quietly asks him not to drift too far away from her. Meanwhile, Ira, with her bold and chaotic personality, officially moves into a new apartment. Full of energy, she arrives with her friends in a pickup truck, and surprisingly, her new place turns out to be the same apartment building as Won-jun. Donna, already aware of this, deliberately invites Jin-ju over under the excuse of helping with the move. But that night, things take a serious turn. Jin-ju gathers her courage and openly admits to Donna that she has feelings for Won-jun. It is clear that she does not want to lose him. Unexpectedly, Donna responds just as directly. Without hesitation, she admits that she also has feelings for Won-jun. At the same time, Ira brings her usual chaos into the mix. One morning, in a rush before class, she accidentally walks into the wrong bathroom and ends up seeing a man inside. She later tells her friends about it, and the situation turns into a loud and embarrassing scene. Elsewhere, Donna, still conflicted about her feelings, decides to go to a nightclub to clear her mind. She does not care if people recognize her or take photos. While there, she runs into an old acquaintance and spends some time talking. Back at the apartment, Won-jun and the others are busy preparing dinner and having drinks. Jin-ju, feeling cold, asks to borrow a blanket from Won-jun, and he invites her into his room. Once inside, she notices that he still keeps an old photo of them from high school, which brings a quiet smile to her face. But that feeling does not last long. She suddenly spots a pack of cigarettes that clearly belongs to Donna, left on Won-jun's bed. Just like that, her heart sinks once again. Later that night, Jin-ju and Won-jun take a walk together. She finally opens up about her complicated family situation, including her father's strict rules against dating. Now that she has chosen independence, she wants to restart the relationship they never had the chance to pursue in the past. But Won-jun gently turns her down. His feelings for her are no longer the same. After that conversation, Won-jun returns home, feeling restless. He realizes Donna has not come back yet, so he waits outside the apartment. After some time, Donna finally arrives with another man. The man tries to kiss her, but she quickly rejects him. Instead of backing off, the man belittles her, claiming that she once dated him only to get closer to someone else, a man named Park In-wook. At that moment, Won-jun steps in. He retrieves Donna's phone from the car, but the man continues to provoke him, saying that Won-jun is just another tool for Donna, someone she uses to attract Park In-wook's attention. Hearing that, Won-jun cannot hold back his frustration. He confronts the man and forcefully slams the car door shut. That night, overwhelmed with his emotions, Won-jun goes out to play basketball alone. He tries to clear his mind, but then Donna shows up. At first, she tries to join him and casually reaches out to touch him, but Won-jun pulls away. He is conflicted, afraid of being played with. But then Donna finally admits the truth. She has fallen in love with him. This time, it is Won-jun who leans in and kisses her, showing that he feels the same way.
Eyes and I see you.
From that moment on, everything changes, and they spend the night together, unable to hide their feelings anymore. The next day, the story shifts to Ira. She is now taking a jiu-jitsu class with Jong-hoon, and surprisingly, she wins the match. Meanwhile, Won-jun meets Soo-jin, and during their conversation, he starts becoming curious about Donna's life on social media. Despite the negative rumors surrounding Donna, including news about her mother's massive debt, Won-jun does not care. Instead, he finds himself smiling while watching one of her photoshoot videos. That night, he and Donna once again spend time together. The following morning, Jin-ju unexpectedly arrives at the apartment with breakfast. Everyone happily gathers to eat, but the atmosphere suddenly changes when Donna walks out of Won-jun's room. The shock on everyone's faces says it all. At that moment, Won-jun openly admits that he has feelings for Donna. Jin-ju is left heartbroken. Now the story reveals more about Donna's real life. One day, her mother shows up at the apartment, but instead of coming out of concern, she pressures Donna to return to work so she can pay off her debts. She shows no care for Donna's feelings and even criticizes her harshly. That same night, Dream Suite's third album promotion event takes place. Donna attends in disguise, hiding behind a full mask. Meanwhile, Won-jun meets Jin-ju to watch fireworks together. He is hesitant at first, but eventually agrees to go. During that meeting, Jin-ju finally confesses her feelings honestly, sharing how long she has loved him and how those feelings never faded. Won-jun listens carefully and appreciates her sincerity, but in the end, he gently turns her down. His heart already belongs to Donna. After parting with Jinju, Won-jun feels uneasy while waiting for Donna to return. Ira comes to comfort him and, for once, gives him thoughtful advice, encouraging him to be clear about his relationship with Donna. Not long after, Donna calls him and invites him to go on a trip together. During the journey, Donna begins to reflect on her childhood. She remembers growing up with her grandmother while her mother was always busy and distant. As they travel, she falls asleep on Won-jun's shoulder, finding comfort in his presence. Her grandmother's house is located in the countryside, surrounded by mountains and fresh air. There, they spend time together, enjoying simple moments. Donna rides a bicycle in the rain, smiling in a way that feels like she has returned to her younger self. By the time they arrive at the house, both of them are soaked and cold. But with no one else around, they end up staying together, sharing the same space and growing even closer. The next morning, Donna wakes up early and quietly enjoys the fresh air. For now, we leave her and Won-jun in their peaceful moment and shift to Ira, who is training in jiu-jitsu with Jong-hoon. But Jong-hoon keeps avoiding her, clearly overwhelmed by Ira's aggressive energy. After training, Ira insists on going out to eat together. But her cheerful mood suddenly changes when she accidentally spots her ex-boyfriend getting intimate with someone else at a cafe. Jong-hoon, who initially had no interest in going, ends up feeling sorry for her and agrees to join her for a meal. Ira has a funny way of coping. Just moments after feeling heartbroken, her mood completely shifts once she starts enjoying the food. It is as if everything else fades away. Back to Donna and Won-jun. The two of them spend the morning walking around in search of breakfast. Like a couple in love, they begin talking about making their relationship official. But when they return home, everything changes. Donna suddenly sees someone from her past, Park In-wook, the man who took her in when she was young and helped build her career. The moment she sees him, all the emotions she tried to leave behind come rushing back. Without hesitation, she lets go of Won-jun's hand and walks straight toward Park In-wook, getting into his car. Inside the car, Park In-wook shows concern for Donna, who is not feeling well. Meanwhile, Won-jun is left standing there, completely forgotten. During the ride, Donna becomes emotional and finally expresses everything she has been holding in. She no longer wants to continue her career, and she feels like her love has been ignored and thrown away. To her, it feels like she has only ever been used. Since being separated from Park In-wook, her life has been filled with confusion and trauma. But from his perspective, things look very different. He is also upset and believes that Donna was the one who used him to climb higher in her career. That night, Donna is taken to the hospital for treatment. She ignores Won-jun's calls, leaving him in uncertainty. Eventually, Won-jun is forced to go home after receiving a call from his mother, telling him that his younger sibling has been hospitalized again. Feeling overwhelmed, Won-jun spends the night drinking at Soo-jin's place. Life feels especially heavy for him at that moment. Meanwhile, Donna chooses to walk away from Park In-wook once again, refusing to return to the entertainment world. Instead, she goes back to her grandmother's house. Sitting quietly on the porch, she reflects on the early days of her career, when Park In-wook took care of everything for her, from her living situation to her daily needs and even her health. The story then shifts back to Jong-hoon, who suddenly finds himself thinking about Ira, remembering her lively gestures while eating. At that exact moment, Ira calls him and asks for help trying on some clothes she has designed. But when Jong-hoon steps out after trying them on, he realizes Ira is no longer in the room. Her ex-boyfriend has shown up, trying to get back together now that he is broke. Without hesitation, Jong-hoon steps in, wearing Ira's bold design and pretends to be her boyfriend. He even plays along convincingly to drive the man away.
É a única mulher na minha vida. Papá, por favor.
Surprisingly, their little act works perfectly. Ira is left feeling genuinely happy. That afternoon, Won-jun returns to his apartment, only to find Donna already waiting for him. She tries to explain everything that happened, but Won-jun refuses to listen. He is too hurt to hear her out. That night, Donna goes to meet one of her former Dream Suite members. They finally speak honestly and catch up on each other's lives. Her friend is surprised to see how much Donna has changed. She no longer lives under strict control, no longer diets, and now lives freely without a job. Meanwhile, her friend is still stuck in the same kind of pressure that Donna once faced, unable to walk away the way Donna did. At the same time, Wonjun finishes his shift at the cafe and happens to run into Jinju. Their conversation starts off awkwardly. Jinju, still heartbroken, makes it clear that she does not want to go back to being friends. She admits that she needs to focus on herself and keep her distance from him. Still hurt by everything with Donna, Wonjun decides to move out of the apartment. But before he can go through with it, Donna rushes to stop him. She pleads with him, admitting that she regrets not realizing her feelings sooner. She does not want to lose him. Feeling uncertain, Wonjun asks for reassurance, wanting to hear that he is the only one she loves. That night, they finally give in to their emotions. They kiss and stay together, holding on to each other. Donna begins to reflect on her past, remembering the song she once started but never finished because she did not understand what love truly felt like. Now, everything is different. She finally experiences that feeling, though a part of her still wonders if she even deserves this kind of happiness. Like any couple deeply in love, they begin spending more and more time together. Even the simplest moments feel special. For Donna, this ordinary life starts to feel like something she has always wanted. One day, they go out to watch a local concert. Along the way, they stop by a small shop and buy matching rings. As they enjoy the music together, the singer on stage becomes distracted, realizing that one of the people in the crowd is a well-known celebrity, Donna herself. In the middle of the concert, Wonjun receives a call from his mother. The news is serious. His younger sibling needs surgery as soon as possible. The story then shifts to Ira, who is out drinking heavily with her friends. That night, she gets so drunk that she calls Jong-hoon to pick her up. He carries her home, taking care of her along the way. Once they arrive at the apartment, Ira suddenly tries to kiss him. Jong-hoon initially pulls away, assuming she is not fully conscious. But when she insists that she is sober, he finally gives in and kisses her back. Now the story shifts back to Donna. The singer's moment on stage from the night before has been recorded and spread online, quickly going viral. With that, the overwhelming pressure she once escaped begins to return. She retreats to her room, trying to calm herself, lighting a cigarette as she sits alone. Her mind drifts back to the simple, happy days she shared with Wonjun. She realizes how much she loved living as an ordinary person. But for Wonjun, Donna was always meant to shine. He once told her he wanted to see her sing again. At the time, Donna thought he was being naive because she knew that if she returned to that world, their relationship would not survive. After the concert and the viral video, public attention explodes. Fans begin demanding her return, and even former clients contact the agency, feeling misled by her decision to step away. What was once a quiet break suddenly turns into a major controversy. That same day, Park In-wook comes to see her. To protect the agency's reputation, he asks her to return to the entertainment industry. He makes it clear that refusing would come with consequences. Faced with that reality, Donna reluctantly agrees. She does not tell Wonjun about her decision. At the time, he is away taking care of his younger sibling who is recovering. On her last day at the apartment, Donna chooses to meet Jinju instead. She shares everything with her and says goodbye, knowing that once she returns to her career, their lives will drift apart again. As if sensing something is wrong, Wonjun drops his ring on the day he returns to the apartment. That night, they spend time together, but he accidentally finds a cigarette that does not belong to Donna. He begins to suspect that it might belong to Park In-wook. The next day, Wonjun decides to confront Park In-wook directly. He tries to hold on to his relationship with Donna, but the conversation quickly turns intense. Park In-wook explains that dating scandals can severely damage an artist's career, especially for someone like Donna, who has not yet reached the peak of her success. In the end, Wonjun has no choice but to accept the reality. With a heavy heart, he lets go, knowing that their relationship is bound to fall apart. Meanwhile, Park In-wook meets with the agency to plan Donna's return. From that point on, her life changes again. She is no longer allowed to use her phone freely, and her movements are tightly controlled. Donna's career quickly rises once more. She releases a successful solo album and receives overwhelming support from her fans. At a fan meeting, even Soo-jin, Wonjun's close friend, lines up to get her autograph. As for Wonjun, he continues focusing on his graduation exams. He keeps sending messages to Donna, holding on to his feelings. Even though he misses her deeply, he understands that they now belong to completely different worlds. One day, by pure coincidence, Wonjun runs into Donna again. She is standing quietly near the apartment, lost in thought as she watches the falling snow. They end up sharing a meal together, but this time, Wonjun keeps his distance, hiding his feelings behind a cold attitude. He tells her that he is preparing to enter the military. Donna tries to lighten the mood, talking about different things, but Wonjun remains distant. Then, without warning, he decides to end their relationship. He gives up on them. Donna, unable to hold back her emotions, breaks down in tears, reminding him of all the promises he once made. Wonjun is clearly hurting too, but he forces himself to admit that he cannot keep those promises anymore. And just like that, their relationship comes to an end. After they part ways, both of them are left crying. Time moves forward. Donna's career continues to rise, and she becomes even more loved by her fans. Meanwhile, Wonjun begins his life in the military. Once Donna's career stabilizes, she is finally allowed to use her phone again. The first thing she does is go through all the messages Wonjun once sent her. Messages filled with feelings she can no longer reach. As time passes, everyone continues living their own lives. Yoon Taek, who once studied psychology, has now become a love coach, even hosting seminars for singles. Ira and Jong Hoon, on the other hand, are living together like a married couple, sharing simple daily routines. One day, during a break from military training, Wonjun stays at their place, reminiscing about the past. He also visits Sujin's shop, where he unexpectedly runs into Jinju. They spend time talking, catching up on everything that has happened. Jinju shares that she has been in Brazil all this time. She excitedly shows him her photos, but the mood suddenly shifts when a picture of Donna appears on her phone. It turns out Donna had performed at a concert in Brazil. Another day passes, and the former apartment residents gather for a small reunion. Wonjun shares that he has passed the second stage of a job interview. He declines drinking with them, saying he needs to prepare for the final interview the next day. But then he remembers that he left his jacket behind at his old apartment. When he goes back to retrieve it, he unexpectedly finds Donna there again, standing outside and smoking, just like before. They greet each other, their eyes filled with emotion. Eventually, they decide to meet properly. Donna still looks at him in that same deep, familiar way. But after that meeting, Donna breaks down. Everything feels so different now. Overcome with emotion, she goes to see Wonjun again at his apartment. This time, she opens up completely. She admits that if Wonjun had not come into her life back then, she might have made a terrible decision. She once hated herself, but because of him, she learned what happiness feels like. She learned to love herself, to stop feeling alone, and to heal from her trauma. And yet, after finally finding that happiness, he was the one who walked away. Through tears, she asks him to apologize for leaving her. Hearing this, Wonjun can no longer hold back his emotions. He breaks down, filled with regret. That night, they finally embrace each other again, holding on to the feelings they never truly let go. And even as life continues moving forward as usual, their love remains, quietly waiting for the right time to return. So the moral of the story is never trust a romance that starts with cigarettes, jealousy, and blind dates, because it will ruin your peace and still make you fall in love.